You see this blunt, give me the blade so I can cut this Philly on up. Cognac filled to the brim, got a straight mean mug. In it with no chaser, so I'm always lit up like fireflies and bright lights. I shine like the limelight. I want it to be unforgettable, so call it the prom night. Look at me, mental so fresh, showing coolness, never stress. Success is my focus, but I gotta get this off my chest. Heavy marijuana scent, making dead presidents. I peep the game through my Armani exchange frames to make sense. Gotta give credit where it's due, or you end up being the bitch. So I keep it cool, or you can catch me feeling like this. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know. Spicy life, but it's so spiffy. That's why you can find me tipsy, never sipping on no whiskey. Patron and conjure got me twisted, smoking on the bomb is piffy. Yeah, you know my people with me. Chicks is always looking pretty. Niggas is squirting, they 50, not 50. But still on the hot topic. You know Cool Quay, don't rock it. Overcrowded with player hating, suffering, infestation of fake niggas and perpetration. Stick to my crew like the Masons. Better watch out, niggas be snaking. Stay on my way, Betty I'm chasing. Keep it cool up on the scene. Lyrics so dope, mescaline. Dressing all perp, fresh and clean. Winning on my Charlie Sheen. So deep in my mental, my epiphanies have potential to turn you out or into a catastrophe. No credentials, cuz yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know.
Bust the club tonight, got the bar right here at the crib. I'm throwing back shots of the end later on the bitch. This and the gals, nothing less. Fuck a little bit, fill it to the brim. Drink it up and fill it up again. Vision get lurid and the lights start to get dim. The bras start to watch. Realest Tay is what they call him. Drinks for everybody, bachelor pad, looking foggy, more on the way. Bras and Rossi, eyes is lost and still no stopping me. Cause I came here to party, yeah. Limited blunts, we gon' smoke and sip. Liquor days, we gon' sip till we feel buzz. Miles and ills, we gon' pop till we feel good. In my zone, room spinning, can't see. Cause I'm gone, gone, gone.
Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Feeling gone in my zone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Yes, I'm feeling gone. Henny in my cup, hold up, you already know.
Down in Denver, live at Casa del Smoke. It's the midday burn. Fire up! I'm Dr. D.B. Kush.
DJ Longhair don't care.
Slick in the building.
And B-Jams on.
S.O.S. Smoke one, son.
「
That's right, y'all tuned in to the Midday Burn. Fired up. Woo!
Woo!
It's Fired Up Fridays.
Yeah, buddy.
So might as well get fired up on Friday. I got a few things around me. I just want to fire up. We had us a few dabs. I think we're running out of wax.
Here's what I have to say. Oh, yeah.
Anybody
pretty
can
much.
save us with wax in this 2 hours. Y'all call us at 720-364-4469. If you can save us with wax, call us at 720-364-4469. And come get us dabbed down. And we'll chat with you and talk about your project.
Well, I was thinking, might as well use that as our segue into it. You were talking about couldn't get a hold of the back door to 9 News. Well, if 9 News is the only media that's not there covering us, well, that's their problem.
Oh, no, I got hold of them.
No.
Yeah.
That's their problem.
I went through the side door.
I know you did.
Back door wasn't working. They had a side door. They didn't put a lock on it.
Oh, that's what happens.
Yeah, I went through that
You
door.
know, the back door, the side door.
Yeah.
You know, the secret door.
The geek in me. The geek in me. Lead me to the water. I'll drink all of it. That's fucked up. I ain't gonna save no water. Lead me to the water. I get drunk.
Lead me to the water and you gonna
I'm a
dehydrate,
sponge.
sucker.
I'm a sponge. I'm gonna soak it up. Game recognize game. And if you don't, then that's the first part of your game you need to pick up, because I'm a sponge. I know when somebody got something special for me and I need to pay attention and catch up on it. I sure do. And matter of fact, they know I know too. You know how? Because usually by the time they get home and look back, I have took their knowledge and I've already put it to use.
See, I guess that's where a lot of people through
That's how you
time
gonna
have
do
told
it,
me
yeah.
not to tell people things and blah, blah, blah. And my only frustration from telling people things is usually they don't listen.
Right.
And so I don't say things twice unless I think you're listening.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my mottos. I ride with that.
Jimmy
All right
was
with that.
seconding the need for hash. He looked at our nearly empty jar and
And start throwing shit.
bastard. I mean, sorry, Jimmy. Sorry. We're smoking now, sir.
Yes, we are. Smoking like a mofo. Hey, y'all. Plus, I want to make sure y'all know, tune in every day, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4, and catch us on Caliwood Radio. We have Hijack Caliwood from 2 to 4, Monday through Friday. And today, y'all get, for all y'all last night that didn't get to tune in, and y'all missed that ladies show, it was reduntified.
Yeah, I'm defecting.
Ridiculous.
I'm defecting. I quit the midday burn and I'm working on the ladies show.
Dick in your mouth. Ridiculous. That's what it was last night. They went in. You had Cool Quay, great music set, and you got to hear where she came from, first shows and a little bit of what she gets down in the game. And then you had Amber Maggette and Ashley Jane with Red Bottom Entertainment. And they're coming in talking about we throwing parties full of titties, ass, and the men won't network with them. Amazing.
Well, and I kind of hit on that a little bit.
Amazing.
As a male, I don't even know where I was really going for with this, but we'll kind of start there over again. You look at females, and of course, yes, looks can make your jaw drop. And then when a woman opens her mouth and starts saying things, there's, well, yeah, and that can happen in one of 3 different ways. They can say something really smart and that drops your jaw. They can say something really sexy and that drops your jaw. Or they can say something really dumb and that drops your jaw in a different way. But usually when they say something smart, like these ladies did, and then they followed up with something dirty, that makes your knees weak, man. And that's hard to do business with a woman like that, because I don't know if I quite said it last night, but yeah, you're really hesitant to say anything because you're about to say something dumb, because you want to say, you want to go back to my bed? I mean, let's work out a deal. Let's
I'm the
book
opposite.
this.
I'd be like, how can we get this money? I think the bed comes secondary for me. I'm like, how can we get this money?
Well, I'll admit it
You
comes
sound
secondary
like we
for me,
sound
but
like we
well,
should be hustling
it
together.
It only comes secondary because you have to force it. You can't deny the first thought in your head is that, and then you're like, okay.
I don't think to knock him off first.
You're not male.
I'm an alpha male. You know, you have to have different hungers. See, I learned a young hunger that, you know, hey, ladies, don't be offended by this, but my grandpa told me this. You know, if you notice listening to me over the years, I give a lot of information that my grandmother and grandpa and people in my life has blessed me with. And, you know, for that poor situation, it's a good grandpa saying. It's like shitting in your own yard. You don't never want to shit in your own yard, you know. Why would you? So you think about it.
That's gross.
He says you have to identify your enemy. Who is the one thing throughout time that's taking all men out?
Women.
Pussy. Kitty cat. Fish. Sexy women, ugly women, tall women, fat women, midget women. It wasn't a justification of the woman. It was the woman. And he taught me, he said, hey, man, you got to control your cravings. Don't be led by cock. Don't let pussy lead you. And I really learned that very well, that I really learned how to put that as the second front instead of a front. To where most guys think, ooh, look at that fat ass. I think she is talking mad game. Let's get this money now. 5, 10 years down the line, if point happened back then, you know, it may have, I don't know. But that was one thing, but that's not the way that you look at business, because you don't see no Playboy model guy that you do business with and say, that's a handsome man. Look at his pectorials. You look at him in a good business manner, so that's what I tried to practice and learn. That I didn't want to look at her first as big ass.
Well, yeah.
Because
but see,
doing
that's what I'm
business
saying,
with
though.
her,
That's a conscious decision. That's
Right.
all I was saying. And it's a conscious decision me, and I know it's one
I have to have
that
it, though.
weaker men...
'Cause
Well,
me
that's
and
what I'm
big
saying.
ass-
That's one that weaker men know they can't win, so they just avoid dealing with the women.
Yeah, you got to put that.
Because they know they're going to say, can I put my dick in your mouth? And that's ridiculous.
Touch your
Dick in your
toes,
mouth,
touch your
ridiculous.
I thought you could touch them farther than that.
Touch them farther than that.
I'm talking about under your feet.
I'm talking about touching with your nose to your toes.
You sure you can't put your forehead down there? See, that's what you would expect to be thought. But I'm thinking, how big a check can we get?
Right.
No, I don't want to pimp you.
Yeah, because when girls start talking about throwing a party with ass, you know that's cha-ching.
Yeah.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Well,
Just go to a nudie bar.
Well,
Those
when
girls
she
know
ends it-
that they are making cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
when she ends it with, don't leave your bitch, I'll take her. Might leave you open for concern that you might want to leave your bitch and handcuff her.
That's all part of the fun in the game, man. Woo!
You might have to handcuff her.
That's, I don't
Just
know.
think about it.
But see, wait. First drop your jealousy and realize that your bitch wasn't yours to lose.
It was hers to gain. Oh, shit.
I guess
Alright.
from your bitch's point, you were hers to drop.
Right. You was just a handbag.
Oh, I don't
And
need
if
that
the
no
guy
more.
is really thinking at an advantageous level, he's thinking,
He's like, wait a
she
minute,
wanted
ladies.
pussy all this time.
You want to make some money? At very least, I got a camera.
At the very least. Don't just kick me out the party.
Hell no.
That's just gay.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. Definitely to the point. Hey, you know, I went and I just grabbed shit real fast. I don't know what kind of music we're going to have, but yesterday we had a variety of music. And usually, you know, I kind of genre everything up Pacific, like rock, gospel, rap, R&B. I think today is Fired Up Friday. Let's shake up the usual. Let's shake up the usual.
Well, I guess I feel like the Full Melt Thrash was highly appropriate for on all kinds of levels again for our music.
Yeah.
Not what you expected when somebody says ska music, and everybody liked it anyway. You liked it anyway.
That was a lighter bit of ska that I was used to.
Oh, you come from the more rock side of...
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
really. Okay, I'll admit, it was hardcore rock with horns.
I've been
I like horns.
In my defense, you know, I've been to a few of the big shows. What's the one they throw at? Usually be at the Pepsi Center in the parking lot. In the summertime, band Warped Tour.
Oh, the Warped Tour, yeah.
Warped Tour. You mean I'm going Band's Warped Tour? I was got to bring it all the way down. I've been to two of them, and if you can handle a day, and you're a true hip hopper like I am, if you can handle a couple good days at the Warped Tour, and party and be fucked up when you left, you're probably a little bit of a rocker. Because if you didn't walk into the Warped Tour and immediately start thinking, I'm at the wrong fucking place, and after a couple of drinks you started feeling like I'm getting out of here, as a hip hopper in urban, I could see that happening. But for us, we was just getting closer to the stage, so we could get more into the crowd.
Well, going the other direction, it is on my side where I definitely have a much more history with the rock than the hip hop. I don't know if I'd say more of a history with rock than you, but going
you
to
got more
the
of a
hip
rock
hop
than me.
events
I just got
with you
blessed to
guys,
start
I
writing
feel
it.
just as comfortable. You know, there still really is that stereotype that it's all thug gangsters at these shows and putting on the shows.
Quite
and
frankly,
stuff,
it's just
you know?
B-boys.
But
You
really,
might find a gangster or two in there, but most of the shows we do is mostly B-boys. And mostly people that really, they was blessed enough they're younger and they just didn't get involved in that life. Like, it's not as glorified as it was when I was younger. You know what I
Right.
mean? When I was younger, it all was a stereotype that really was actually, it was for real. It was the truth. He rapped, he's had a gun, he's a gang member, sold drugs, had a kid, he rapped.
but it's very easy to see the attraction to that way of life too.
Hell yeah, because we was ballers.
There's
We got
not
money.
much offered still even today in all reality for junior high or I guess middle school and high school kids aside from sports, and not everybody's an athlete.
But don't everybody want to be like Mike.
And
Everyone don't want to be like Mike.
Well,
everybody wants to be rich like
I want to
Mike.
answer that. With kids, you know, what I mean, they don't need no outside distractions these days and times. You know, they need to get their education because it's turned into a world that you got to have education.
You have to.
Thing. Even if you want to be a rapper, you still got to be educated.
You can't be a dumb rapper. Who wants to hear a rapper that don't got no lyrics? You just say the same stuff because you ain't got no book sense. You don't know what's going on in the world. You don't know what's happening around you. You don't know how to display it.
But that's
You're gonna
so
be a
hard to
novelty.
do because even going in state anymore, like when I seriously haven't looked at it for my daughter because I'm just freaked out. But I'm remembering when I was in college, in state at CU was $5,000 a semester with all of my, you know, everything that my good grades could get me aside from a scholarship. $5,000 a semester, man.
10,000 a year.
It's great that Congress and Obama has started, and I don't know, I'm having a hard time with what I feel about Obama after what you said yesterday, because I do look at some of the things you said as, okay, there's some ratchets and some wrenches and some things that it looks like he's intentionally destroying and intentionally getting rid of.
Well, I mean, like
to
we
pave the
were
way.
so busy yesterday,
and
we
even
never
some
looked
of
back at the
these
video.
things, like even some of these things, if you follow my tweets, you'll see even some of these things. And that was part of what made it come up to me and realize that maybe he really is doing something different than what I was looking at. But
Hey, I watched
there's
it.
been a
I was
series
surprised.
of 12. There's been a series of 12 high-ranking generals across all boards of our military that have been released or retired for semi-questionable, minute details and mistakes that you really don't think a military official would have done of that
Right.
ranking. You know.
What?
Well, one of them was sexual misconduct. Do you really think someone who's been a 5-star general for 20 years
It's been
is
going
going
on
to start.
For years, sergeants and captains and stuff have been messing with privates. Drill sergeants have been messing with troops. It's been like that for years. It's about time that it got to a point that a woman can be comfortable there, that she can go tell somebody and she won't be persecuted for telling.
Okay, but my thought is if
something
these
to
were
her.
really the stories, wouldn't this have been a bigger story?
Yeah, because
If there were even 4 generals that were released for sexual misconduct, it would have been a much bigger story than just the generalized story of what we heard a few weeks ago
But think
about
about that.
the overhaul of the policies.
But think about that. How many people got away with doing it over the years? How many people do that? I mean, it's every day women used to come into offices and talk about, oh, my sergeant raped me last night, or we were sitting down drinking and he attacked me with somebody.
But
You know
here's
what I mean?
me being the devil's advocate. The reality is that in the workplace, 99 out of 100 times go in both directions. There are 2 different types of employees at work. One that you can say, damn, that ass is fine, I want me a piece. And one that you can't say that to.
All right. But in a newer workplace, you can't do that.
But in the newer workplace you can't do it, period. But on the other hand, somehow, human nature, because on male minds it's there every 8 seconds, and on female minds it's there every 24 seconds, supposedly, subconsciously. It's going to pop up and someone's going to say something, and usually the same person that is going to be offended by it, by something you say, is on so many other levels going to push the boundaries through other conversations that you had and mislead it. I'm not saying it's right, but really, yeah, so much of what ends up affecting people really is a matter of a whim and a momentary feeling, so much more than a life experience.
Right.
You know? So the fact that nothing bigger was really made of that almost makes you wonder if this is just something where, yeah, 5 years ago this happened, or, you know, whatever. It's not. It's something that maybe stopped after he was asked to stop. I don't know. And maybe again, my point was though, is that looking at these reasons, I think the reasons alone would have been blown so much more out of proportion in the media if that was really the reason. So I think it was just kind of a swept under the rug thing.
It was. I say it was swept under the rug because it was a lot of people that would have been implemented if they would have pushed that issue to push the envelope on that. A lot of people would have been. I mean, all of us at one time or another mentioned what was in your mind in front of a nice-looking young lady. All of us did that.
Touch your toes.
Does that make it right? Does that make it right?
No, exactly.
And especially if you are the person that's in the authority position and you're doing that, guess what? That's going to put fear into that person that you're doing it into. Nigga, they saying, if I don't do it, you're going to dog me out. So
Right.
I guess the officers that was taken out of commission, they was made examples so that the policy can be set forward so that this wouldn't happen again.
Right. Well, I guess my biggest thing is that you've got to play the devil's advocate, though, to a degree, because that is so much more of a big news story than was played out, if that's really what was happening.
You know what the main thing that got that main commander, the chief of staff in charge, or whatever he was, the joint chief of staff?
Was that the one that was having an affair?
With the lady.
Right.
All right. For years, that is a thing in the military. If you are married and you are having an affair outside of your marriage,
And that was a big deal in the media.
That is not being a good soldier or a good troop. That's against standards.
Right, and that's one officer being pointed out, and that's what I'm saying is over the course of this year, there's been 12 high-ranking generals, 4-star plus generals that have been fired.
Yeah, they done shook up the whole thing. The person who was in charge
it's not mainstream news.
The person, the adjutant general who's in charge of it, got busted not too long ago for that same thing, sexual harassment. He wanted to grab ass in the office. He's a lawyer. He should know better. All right? He should have knew better than that.
Okay, this is bigger news than the steroid scandal in baseball, but it's not. That's my point.
It's not because they don't put it out like that.
So what are they sweeping under the rug? That's what I'm saying.
They don't want to degrade because
and that goes back to where Obama is apparently forcing issues. There must be some. The video. There must have been some more strategic reason to having those generals.
They can't watch it, but they can hear it. I pulled up the video that I watched. It's 20 minutes, so I'm gonna let y'all watch it and hear it because it's really important. Yeah. I think it's super dope. And then we'll come back with the song at noon.
Wow, we're already that far into the day.
No, but this is 20 minutes. We'll come back in before the song at noon, but right after that we'll be at the song at noon, and I'm gonna pull it. But it's pretty dope. Check this out.
Hello, I'm Greg Hunter. Welcome to USAWatchdog.com. With us today, a brand new guest. Her name is Karen Hudes. She is an attorney, she is a banker, and she is a whistleblower. Karen Hudes, thank you so much for joining us today from Maryland. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I couldn't be happier than to be here on your show.
Well, you work for the World Bank for a better part of 20 years. You are an Ivy League trained attorney. You went to Ivy League school. I think you went to Yale. You work for the World Bank as a lawyer. You're a banker, and you were a whistleblower inside the World Bank. Not just one time, but several times. It crescendoed with a big, almost $1 billion, whistleblowing fraud, malfeasance in the World Bank in Indonesia. And for that, you got a pink slip in 2009. Congratulations, my dear.
Thank you.
You are one of the good people. Listen, I called you the other day on the pre-interview, and I said, Karen Hudes? She said, yes. And I said, boy, I want to interview you about, I have you all set up. I want to just do a little pre-interview about banking. And I said, boy, things are a mess, huh? Oh, no. Things aren't a mess. No, we can fix this. And I was like, wow, this is refreshing. And you said, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody in the world knows what's going on with America. We know who the thugs and the criminals are. And you made a reference to a baby. Tell me how the rest of the world is looking at our Federal Reserve and our banking system and how the U.S. is acting in the global world of finance.
Well, their game is up. When they were signed on 100 years ago, President Wilson knew that he had sold the United States downstream. And he really regretted it. And there were a couple of presidents who tried to set things straight. And both of those ended up assassinated. One of them was JFK. One of them was Abraham Lincoln. And our current president, Barack Obama, is trying very hard to do what he can to make it possible for those of us in the know to fire these thugs. He doesn't want to get himself shot. He's leaving it up to us. And we're doing a good job. I've been in touch with all 50 governors. There's a special governor's council, which has one of the co-chairs is my governor, Martin O'Malley. And I've been writing to these guys, and I've been saying, okay, we are not going to let our country get sold downstream. You are going to do your job. And, it's not an easy thing to do. It's pretty dangerous. People have gotten into a lot of hot water for standing up to these thugs and crooks. And by the way, you don't have to take my word for it. There's a very accurate study that was done by the Federal Institute of Technology. They used data showing who owns all of the world's corporations, 43,000 of them. And they showed that there is a group of thugs that have bought these companies up and controls them behind the scenes. A lot of this is secret. You won't read about it in the press because they bought up the media. So the stories that people are hearing every day from their favorite newscast, this is all, what those companies want you to know, not what the reality is. And a lot of people are onto this. I think the latest survey about the trust of the American people in their media, it's tanked. It's, most people, more than a majority, knows that they're being systematically lied to by these thugs. So anyway, getting back to the Federal Reserve and the Bank for International Settlements, these groups are in cahoots with the biggest crooks of all, the Jesuits that bought up Bank of America, and they have little secret deals to try to apportion the riches of the world. And in the meantime, all of the countries of the world know that this thievery is going on, and we have been working together. I've been writing all of the ambassadors for the last 5 years since I was fired illegally. They knew I was their lawyer. They knew I was telling them the truth. And I said, you're not going to get away with this. And there's a group of World Bank whistleblowers from different countries, and one of them in particular, Elaine Colville, who's Scottish. The two of us have been writing to the UK Parliament, and the UK Parliament on the 20th of July just published our statements. My statement was, okay, guys, we're running out of time. It's time to get serious and tell these thugs and crooks that they're fired. And Elaine Colville said, the UK Parliament better do its job. And that's up there for everybody to read.
Well, when you're talking about being fired, you were telling me in the interview yesterday, and I want to work on this, and it's a theme that a lot of people have brought up on my side, a lot of very smart people, and you're kind of backing them up, and you're saying the rest of the world doesn't want to live under this yoke of the Federal Reserve, the Treasury system. They want to get rid of the dollar. They want to do away with the dollar. There's inflation, and what a lot of people aren't talking about is, this uprising in Egypt is fueled in part with all this inflation, and we are exporting inflation around the world, and governments are saying, hey, hold on with the dollars. We don't know if we need any more of these dollars. We want to use a different currency, a gold-backed currency, a Bitcoin. Hungary has, got rid of the euro supposedly, and they're issuing their own currency so they can get away from the inflation. Is that what you're seeing, a move away from the dollar on a grand scale?
Okay, what I'm saying is that we don't have to wait for anybody to fire the Fed or the Bank for International Settlement, because all the central bankers are part of this big club in Switzerland. What we should simply do is use our choice. The states, some of them, have already started recognizing silver and gold, the precious metals, as currency. They're entitled to do this. They should do this. There are other alternatives like Bitcoin, and there are other bankers that have set up currencies that are backed fully by precious metals. And we, the consumers, can choose which currencies to use that are legal. And that's what we're going to do in very short order. Because I can tell you, and you didn't follow up on one of the things I just said, so I'll say it again. We are talking about the biggest thuggery of all, and that is the Jesuits in the Vatican. And one of the things I have just found out...
Well, because, the new Pope is a Jesuit, right?
That's right. And what
there have
these
been
people
reports
have done...
And there have been published reports of the allegations of the Vatican laundering money on a grand scale. I haven't heard too much about that recently, but that's I think that was before their most recent Pope got put in there. But yes, I mean, they have some sin there, don't they?
Greg, I'm going to tell you something which I just found out about, because let me step back a little bit and say how I got involved in all of this. They say follow the money. That's what I did. I saw that people were being lied to about the money, and you're not allowed to do that. When bonds are issued on the capital markets, and I bought a World Bank bond, you're entitled to accurate financial statements, and they were not being audited according to the auditing standards. So I sued the World Bank, and I sued KPMG, and then 188 ministers of finance settled my lawsuit. But I couldn't get that thing implemented. So I was trying to find out why not. And let me tell you what I just found out. I always thought that the CIA was the problem and the other intelligence agencies. Guess what? There's a grand intelligence agency that the Vatican puts out, and all of those other crooks are operating under the Vatican intelligence agency.
The money
That's
is
what's going on.
The money is about the control, and the Vatican intelligence agency, the World Intelligence Agency, they're talking about we're fighting over money, over what money we're going to use, and who controls the money.
That's the thing I'm saying, Greg. They're not fighting. They've all agreed. The fighting is what we're led to believe. They're all in cahoots, just like all the banks are in cahoots. All of these intelligence agencies are in cahoots too. So we are completely being bamboozled. It's like a big theater of the absurd for the world. And in the meantime, every single citizen is getting ripped off, big time. It's all an agreed. For example, what's going on in Syria? I'll tell you what's going on in Syria, and this is because I'm not working just by myself. I'm working with a lot of whistleblowers, and there's one whistleblower in particular.
And just so you know, you're in contact with World Bank members also around the globe.
Yes. There's one of us from India. There's one of us from Ethiopia. I forgot the last time I mentioned the list. I forgot one of the best, most intelligent of us is from South Korea, and we are all working together, just like these thugs are working together. But I was going to mention about what Mark told me about Syria.
Uh-huh.
What's really going on is that there's natural gas, but you have to have a pipeline to get it to the market. So Qatar, which has all this natural gas, wanted to run a pipeline through Syria, and then they were going to reach the European market. Well, who's supplying the European market with gas?
The Russians.
The Russians. Okay. Saudi Arabia went to the Russians and said, if you stop protecting Syria, then we're going to sell you arms for cheap. And Russia said, no, I want my market for natural gas in Europe. So all of this business about dead babies and sarin gas, that is just all to keep us confused. Everything that's going on in the news is simply to keep us confused. We don't need to be confused. What we need to do is we need to turn around to these crooks with the crooks at the very top, and we need to say, no, you're not going to rip us off anymore. We've had enough.
I know you speak fondly of the president, and he is my president, and I have respect for the office, but he has signed into law the NDAA, where you can, drag somebody off and hold them intentionally, and, any quote-unquote terrorist. He has made all these drone strikes. I mean, his Justice Department just put Jesse Jackson Jr. in jail, and not a single one of these bankers has been tried, including people who have done money laundering for drug cartels and for people on the terror watch list. We have Jesse Jackson Jr. in jail for 30 months for $750,000, and John Corzine allegedly stole $1 billion. So, these guys are running wild.
He's an actor. He's told to play his part.
Oh, that's sad.
It is, but everybody is an actor.
Let me back up here. You're telling me the president is just an actor, just somebody to play a role, and don't get in our way. You're really not the president. We say you are, but you're not.
What I'm trying to say is that those presidents of ours who refused to go along with these crooks' agenda got murdered. All of them. And so there's a little bit of leeway, and they're doing what they can. And don't forget, we have to play our part, which is we have to admit that we have been bamboozled, and we're not going to be bamboozled anymore. And we will then take back what's ours. We won't let the crooks continue to rob us.
But this is
We've got a role to play.
This is going to be a painful process. I mean, they're going to come out and say, "Oh, you want your accounts insured? Well, you have to take a bail-in. Do you want your?" I mean, this is what they're going to say. This is what they said over in Cyprus, which a lot of people say the IMF was involved, the ECB was involved, that this was a test market, Cyprus, and you want your insured deposits? Well, you have to agree to bail-ins. You have to agree to haircuts. You have to agree to all this stuff. And
that is only, Greg, if we stay stuck at one level of the theater. We don't have to stay stuck at that level. We can go up to the different level, which is what I'm telling you. Not just the central bankers, but the Vatican. For example, people don't know that their IRS revenue is going to the Vatican. They don't know that the municipalities are pre-funding their pensions for billions of dollars when it's unnecessary. We have got to sit down and we've got to follow the money and figure out where it's going and say, okay, that's our money, that's not your money, and we have to take it back. That's all.
Isn't this going to be painful? Aren't there going to be defaults? Aren't there going to be, their guy rates me, I've said this a couple of times in interviews, from Detroit, 29 years with a firefighter or a police officer. His funding for his pension is $9 billion in red ink, and they're going to get pennies on the dollar. And, I hear that, bankers are going to get 75 cents on the dollar, but pensioners are going to get 20, 10, 15 cents on the dollar. There are $3.7 trillion underfunded pensions. We have $10.8 trillion on deposit. We have $33 billion in insurance.
There's
going to be a bunch of defaults, isn't there? Is it going to be painful to take it back?
At the wrong level of the play. You are looking at paper currency. There was an agreement starting in the early 1900s to take all of the wealth of the world, the treasures, the gold, the diamonds, priceless treasures. These are now in a big vault in different places, buried. And this all can come out. But it's not going to come out until people start recognizing this reality, We have all got to look beyond, we have to pierce the corporate veil. That's the statement in law. When you look behind who owns the corporations, we have to pierce the corporate veil. We have to, all of us, do our homework. We can't say, oh, money is too complicated. Central banks are too complicated. We have all got to sit down and come to the table and see what's the real story. And we have to be responsible about it. And then we'll agree that we played a part too. We were bamboozled. We allowed these bankers to buy up media and tell us lies and accept the lies, one story after another. Are we going to look at the fake reels about dead women and children from chemical warfare? Chances are those were actors.
You know, I got to tell you, I would think you were absolutely crazy if I didn't know and I went online and saw your resume and saw your deep resume and saw you work for the World Bank for 20 years and know you're a attorney, or you were the senior counsel for the World Bank. And this is just poing, eye-opening to hear you talk like this. I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying people should realize that you're not a kook. You were 20 years with the World Bank as their senior counsel. You were connected to world bankers globally and other whistleblowers, and you're saying that we've been robbed, and we are being robbed.
Let's go back 15 years, okay? And let me just say that everything that I'm saying, you can go on my website, www.kahudis.net, and you can go through the chronology, which is what happened in 2000 when I got involved in reform inside the World Bank, where the people who own the World Bank, it's like a big cooperative. The U.S. owns 16%, and the rest of the countries, 188 of them, own different amounts, and you get to vote in accordance with how powerful you are. Okay, so I was part of the board's decision that they were going to allow the World Bank to have more money, but only if they improved the human resources. And I was on that committee, and the agreement was that those managers that were doing a good job would get promoted, and those managers that were doing a bad job would either get training or they would get fired. And that reform got completely rolled back. We brought in somebody from IBM to do this, and he came to me. He said, Karen, I don't understand it. I say a manager's good and needs to be promoted, and that one gets fired. I say somebody is crooked, and that one gets promoted. What's going on here? He said, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. Alberto Bazan, he got fired. And after that, I just tried to find out what was going on. And you can watch and see exactly what was going on. Until I got involved in the Philippines, where the man who was the president of the Philippines, Joseph Estrada, was robbing the country blind. And what he did was he sold the second largest bank, Philippine National Bank, to a borrower who owned Philippine Airlines, Lucio Tan. His airline was in default to Philippine National Bank. And so I said, you can't disperse the rest of the loan when this crook has gotten all those employee shares.
That was nearly $1 billion. That was just so everybody knows, that's nearly $1 billion in malfeasance.
Well, what happened was we canceled our loan for $200 million. The Japanese canceled their loan for $200 million, and the Philippines, who had their people who had their money on deposit in the bank, withdrew it, and the Philippine Deposit Insurance Corporation had to bail out the bank for $500 million. And then the World Bank, at the end of that project, had to write a summary about how the project had gone. And they said, well, it wasn't a success, obviously, but we couldn't have known. I said, of course you could have known. I told you. And that's when they tried to fire me. And so I went, yeah.
They did fire you.
No, not at that point.
Oh, in 2009 they did.
2003.
Ultimately, they did.
But here's the beautiful part about it. The World Bank is many, many things. It's also a knowledge bank. And there was a political scientist, Jacek Kugler, who came to the World Bank. He had actually been involved in the defense intelligence industry first. And he developed a very accurate model, which, it's garbage in, garbage out. But I modeled rule of law at the World Bank. I didn't realize that the World Bank was a microcosm of the world. But I did know that if the U.S. didn't start playing by the rules, that we were going to lose the ability to handpick the president of the World Bank.
Lose our leadership.
And that's what happened.
The rest of the world's going to go, you're crooks, no thank you.
So first I went to the Treasury Department, and I said, we've got to start playing by the rules. And they ignored me. So then I went to the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, which at that point was chaired by Joe Biden. It had Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama as junior members. But it was Senator Lugar who wrote 3 letters to the World Bank saying, don't fire this lady. And they fired me anyway. But in the meantime, I had showed the board that I was working on rule of law. And so I had a lot of people backing me in the beginning. You should see how many people are backing me now. I have the whole world backing me. And it sounds like I'm being grandiose, but I'm not being grandiose. I'm just giving people a play-by-play book. And so this last bit that I'm telling you about, I didn't know any of this when I first started out. All I knew was that we were not playing by the rules. And then I had this very fancy stakeholder analysis. And this stakeholder analysis is showing me not only rule of law inside the World Bank, but the World Bank is a microcosm for the world. So I'm now dealing with rule of law. I'm dealing with justice in the world. Do you think people who see that I'm for real are going to help me? You better believe they're going to help me. I have gotten the most incredible help. It's just spectacularly beautiful to see.
Well, down here on the ground level, could we have bail-ins? Could people have their money taken from them? I mean, these guys are not going to give up. I mean, they're going to hang on to power.
No, of course not.
Could we have war in Syria? I mean, the president
we can
is
certainly
way
have
war.
war. We can have war. We can wipe out the whole human race. There's no question about it. We have the capabilities to do that. But if we decide to all work together and all follow the money and all listen and all do our homework, what's going to happen is this gold that's buried in this vault is going to come out and pay off all these debts, and we are going to, each of us, have more money than we know what to do with. Each person on this planet. I'm telling you, that's what the actual facts are. And I can show
There's plenty of money out there. So the guy with a pension up in Detroit who's going to get 10 cents on the dollar, that doesn't have to happen. The student loans for $1 trillion doesn't have to happen. Our national debt for $17 trillion doesn't happen. I mean, Karen, that's a lot of dough. That's a lot of money.
What we're fighting about is not money. What we're fighting about 2 things. We're fighting about control, but the better way to describe it is we're fighting about love. We're fighting about whether we love our fellow man and whether we have self-respect. That's the real issue that we're dealing with here. And if you then think about the people that we are entrusting to be our spiritual leaders, who are actually doing the opposite. They're heading all of the spy agencies of the world and bamboozling all of us. We have got to sit down and sort things out.
Could there be, I'm going to get down to granular level, down to the street level, down to the individual level. Could there be bail-ins? Could people lose their insured deposits? Could people lose money? Could the stock market crash?
No.
Is any of that going to happen?
That's not what we're dealing with. That's not what we're dealing with.
Do what?
No, that's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with whether we continue as humanity and have an earth or whether we blow ourselves up. That's what we're dealing with. That's the issue. Whether we love ourselves and each other enough to save the world or whether we're all going to go to hell in a handbasket. That's what this is about.
Karen Hudis, you have enlightened me, my dear. You can find out more at K-Hey Hudis. That's Hudes, K-A, Karen, K-A, Hudis, Hudes.net. Thank you very much for joining us today on U.S.
All right, y'all. All right. How y'all like that? Interesting.
I don't know what to say to sum it up for everybody because I know so much of this and want to share it, but then there's so much there that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. That is just the tip of the iceberg. You could say that's what they outlined in Reagan's New World Order that Bush Sr. touted. You could, ultimately, yeah.
But according to her, it started almost 100 years ago.
Oh, it started 5,000 years ago, at least. At least the censorship of information has led to that. Basically, what the New World Order, I'll hurry this up, and then we'll get to our kicking song. But basically, the New World Order took all of our financial institutions that the governments are tied up in, like bankrupt Detroit, isn't actually bankrupt. We got to wait till 2030 for them to come out. What they're banking on is, in the meantime, we're going to starve ourselves off or fight ourselves off for their entertainment until there's about 500,000 people back on the earth, and that's what they want, and then yes, they will give what's left enough money that they feel is enough to enjoy, and the whole process will start over again. There's stories that human population has gone through near extinctions before due to natural disasters, but there's also theories coming up to light that maybe it's been done by design like this before. Maybe mass extinctions have been caused by the corrupt taking this all over before.
Wow.
Crazy stuff to think about.
And that was a very brave lady too. No, she
There-
did sound
right.
like a kook at first, but then once she explained herself, and then you
She started
started saying
breaking
her
it down.
credentials. I mean, it's like people don't just get kooky like that overnight. It's something that she found, and it bothered her real bad for it to come on out.
Right, and that's where I agree with people like Snowden. He didn't necessarily go into things thinking he was going to know what he knows.
But see, let me give you the difference in the two. Devil's
Right,
advocate.
he did go into a high security position and knew he was going to be getting
Right.
classified information. She
And
didn't.
stole.
She thought she was just getting a good job.
But still, she didn't give up classified information. She's telling you how to get out of stuff. She's explaining what's going on. But she didn't go into the World Bank and take people's accounts and do that type of thing. She did. So them two, in that essence, to me, she's not a thief. He's a thief.
I
who
guess
gave
I
up
don't feel
information.
that Snowden necessarily stole anything on a personal level.
If he's on your computer and he takes your files, that's stealing. Just because you're not the state,
But
the
I
government,
guess-
and it's not as important, it's still stealing.
But that's more what he's saying, is that he's no longer doing that. He was told to do that. And he's not doing it anymore. He's blowing the whistle on that. I'm not.
So he could have did like her and laughed and blew the whistle verbally without stealing.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference. Because she could have stole too. In her position, she could have stolen a lot of stuff that would expose things.
Fortunately, I didn't know anything that he could have stolen. I know what you mean, though. He stole.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
stole
Like, look at her.
Congress information,
She could
president
have.
information.
But
shit
I'm thinking
like that.
about
But-
something.
She could have stole stuff. She was in the World Bank.
Oh, right.
She's head counsel. Could she not have showed some stuff? Could she not have took some paperwork that they probably did not want people to see? She still didn't even disclose the 15 names of the owners. She
Right.
didn't even do that. You know
Well,
what
but
I'm
that's
saying?
because other people have.
But
if
she
you
still
know
could
where
have
to
done
find
it again, though. She could have repeated
Right.
it. She didn't. Her character didn't do it. She didn't steal. She's still letting you know what's going on without stealing and being very effective. And she still
Well,
lives at home.
she pointed out that big conundrum where, in all reality, especially in the Middle East, it raises light of what's been going on there for so long, and putting the Jewish name to it, or religion, or lineage, race, that makes things so hard, because really, that's what happens, is one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Right.
We have a bad president, and Americans are what we are. Okay, we've had a string of bad presidents because they figured out how to bamboozle us, and
Like she said, there's only been 3 in recent history. 2 was killed, and 1 is just figuring out a different way to do it so he don't get killed. He
And
young.
I'm starting
Maybe
to see that, but there's still a couple other things that I see that make me wonder, and maybe that's just battles he's losing.
right.
Or that he's conceded to lose and will run it into the ground. Because, to a certain extent, I agree wholeheartedly with her, but you don't even need to remove the gold. There's an abundance of production that comes out of the ground every summer.
And we fight.
That's really all that we need. There's an abundance of oil. There's an abundance of natural gas. There's an abundance of minerals and everything else. We don't need to live in this fear, and that's what this fear of scarcity is what allows us to let them put us into a world of debt and slavery, and just imagine that it's not.
Or just go to our
They've orchestrated a
Bible
great play for us
Go to the Bible
to watch.
product. Grow hemp. And they won't have to jump into them outside skirmishes talking about we need gas or we need oil or we need anything like that. We can sustain ourselves. Just that they just gotta just get up off it and realize it. It's a reason why they're not allowing that. I guess the rich won't be rich anymore and they won't continue to make their billions. As long as they're type of skirmishes or anything like that, Who makes out better by keeping us mad at each other?
They do.
All right.
That's the real ultimate strategy to war. It all goes back to essentially divide and conquer. Figure out a way to divide and conquer. Whether it's from within or your own work, sneak attack, whatever. It's divide and conquer.
Hey, but you know, it's that time right now, man. It's noon.
Yeah, let's tell people to watch the Zeitgeist
3
series
minutes.
and get more
I'm pulling this
information
song
on
right
this.
Yeah, I hear that.
But while we doing it, we're gonna bring Miss Green Jeans in,
You got Miss Green
good.
Jeans on the line coming in.
and she wants to talk about the topic y'all was talking about earlier. Hold on one moment.
Oh my, what were we talking about earlier?
Oh,
I
y'all
forgot.
gonna get it. If you didn't see this, hold on one second.
What?
Give me 1 second, Miss Green Jeans.
Hang on, I'm gonna call you right back.
No, you good, you in.
Yeah.
What's up? We live. Oh, she's gonna call us right back now.
All right.
Oh,
Hey, so when she calls back, we'll get her. But she wanted to talk about what y'all was talking about with the military. And she has a different experience that she would like to talk about.
Okay.
You win some and you lose some. Check it out though. She's gonna hit us back though. And if she doesn't hit us back before these load, then we'll go to the songs. But as you see, like, we won't just talk about it. We try to find things to give you more food for thought. Because if you don't know, it's your fault. It's not anyone else's. Honestly, straight up. Like, if you're lost and you can't figure out what's going on because you don't want to research and find out why the money's like this or why things are like this, it's all your fault.
One ringy dingy.
1BR.co.
Yes, Miss Green Jeans back at you.
That's what's up. So how you doing? All right, you say you want to tell us some stuff?
Yeah, man. I mean, I came in part of what the conversation was about females in the military as far as the sexual harassment clause is. I'm one of the victims of sexual military trauma, personally. It's bad when you got somebody, you know, you're going to your commanders and stuff and telling them that Sergeant Bill over here is making advancements that you don't want and giving you all kind of hell, and all you're doing is getting extra duty and shit behind that shit. I lived that shit for 2.5 years at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So that just really brought up a very bad nerve in me, man. I mean, seriously. And they're never going to bring it up like they should because they've never wanted women in the military, period.
Okay, see? Any questions there? I know y'all had that conversation going.
Yeah, you know.
Well, no, I mean, I guess there wasn't meant to be anything going towards the direction of that it happens or anything like that. My big thing was that the military never tells you what's really going on, for one. And if that was what was really going on, it would have been a huge story in the news, in the media. So there's always so much more going on, and that's kind of what led to everything else.
So I give you the big thing that even as big as the story, sometimes they don't know what's going on. Because like even with my situation where I was involved in a death penalty case, the first death penalty case in 50 years, yet it only made the newspaper in Fayetteville. And this is the first 50 years since Dwight Eisenhower, not one military person had been put on death row. This was the first guy, but it only made it to Fayetteville Observer.
Did you see the
Yeah, I
movie
remember
G.I.
that story very well.
Did you see the movie G.I. Jane?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that movie is supposed to be very, very closely documentation of the true story of the first woman to make it through the Special Training Force operations. And
And
that
you don't know half of the
scene,
shit she went through to go through.
right, exactly, and that's where the thing is that should have been such more of an impact in our media too, to where that outlined back then that, you know, the furthest that got was, well, this is part of protocol. And really that wasn't part of protocol. That was uncalled for.
I've been at the military for over 20-some years, and I'm happy that it's getting this much media attention. I mean, every 3 minutes, every day, on all these military bases, it's still it's female soldiers that's going through hell by a male or female person, she's taking sexual advances, towards her just to keep her job. And she's keeping her mouth shut. Because if she knows she goes to anybody else, she's not going to have nobody to back her up.
And that's ridiculous, and that has to be stopped in the military. That is a situation that, and I mean, me being in the military, I mean, you see the air.
But that's why I think that must
female
not have been
population.
what was really why these guys were let go, is because that is such an important thing that should have been put out there, and that would have been capitalized if that was the real story.
But you know something, them generals, they got off very lightly because if a private would have did what they did,
right,
they would have went to
Lindenwood.
prison in conjunction with getting kicked out and lost all their pays. And
all their benefits after they was out. Because
they wouldn't have been able to retire as a general. They were getting to retire as a general. They leaving with their face and their
They shouldn't have got anything. They should have been done the same way as a private.
So that female or male got to live through that the rest of their damn life. And you catch hell trying to get benefits for the bullshit they don't put you through, man. So they shouldn't get a damn thing, personally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you totally.
He retires with his full general rank.
It's kind of like the Catholic Church and their pedophilia problems too, right? Instead of actually acknowledging there's a problem and taking care of it, you sweep it under the rug and throw some money at it.
And save their own. They save who they can save, and everybody else had to go.
Yep.
So you start at the top, and what happens? It trickles down effect. It happens like that.
Yeah, but it's trickling down way too slow.
That's right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we're gonna go to a music break. Is there anything else you want to tell them, Miss Green Jeans?
No, I'm looking forward to hanging out with y'all guys tomorrow on Proposition AA, and I say no on AA, and I'm going to break it down to you for the reasons why I say no on AA.
All right, just tune in tomorrow, Miss Green Jean. We're going to be
we're gonna tune her in. She's gonna go live over the phone at the Capitol. Woo-hoo. So she's writing her speech right now. So y'all get ready. Miss Green Jeans will be live tomorrow with us at the Capitol.
All right, then. I'm looking forward to you. SOS, guys.
Smoke one, sweetie. And on this break right here, guys, we're going to do it a little different than we usually do for the break. We're going to do it the song Came From Nothing by King Loke, who played last night. Then we're going to go with somebody else who played last night, the TYLDPFRM.
Oh.
And then we're going to follow that up, because I told y'all we was going to mix things up today. We're going to follow that up with our noon song of the day, Miss Parker. Did I say that right? Yeah. Miss Parker by Astronomical Phenom. Miss Parker by Astronomical Phenom.
Right on.
His label is Military Minded Entertainment, and they sent us this in yesterday with 5 requests right after it came in. That's how it got bumped up. So on that note, let's hit you with that King Loke.
Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking deadbeat top of bill popper? Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking deadbeat top of pill popper? Nope, I never needed that nigga, that's on my mom. So I deleted every memory that was on my mind. But I watch mama steadily worry about paper, yeah, she grind it out. 2 to 3 jobs on that daddy don't even know where she found the time to spend with me. But she didn't tell me that is all that counts. The reason I've been trying to stack paper in tall amounts to keep my mom from struggling, that's what I'm all about. I came from nothing, so something is why I'm hustling now. I'm feeling the pressure, get greater with every breath that comes out. They told me that sooner or later death or jail was the only way out. I'm feeling my plans are better, and to me it's the only way out. It's me against the rest, ain't no way I'm about to lay down. Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper? Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper? 29 years ago, this boy was born to a single parent down in Mexico, but somehow ended up in the middle of Denver. By the age of 6 months, moved us out to the motherfucking A-Code, the notorious city where King Loc was fucking molded and made whole. Dallas and Mountain View, the very spot where I was raised, bro. Niggas out here will get your top knocked out for them pesos. This is the early 90s, the golden era of the G's. The same motherfuckers that taught me how to survive up in these streets. That's why when mama struggled, I knew how to get the cheese. Indeed, she was so heated, but I felt like we needed it. So I just kept on freezing out here, selling these trees and mobbing with all my heathens. I've been through fucked up seasons, but I'm still right here breathing. Come find what you've been seeking. Combine lyrics with me and the 9, loaded with heat and King L. Hope to the sea is what you fucking receive. I said King, hello to the sea is what you fucking receive. Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper? Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper? Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper? Yes, I came from nada, no dollars, just pure drama. My father, he got up and left telling me not to follow. So I stayed with the hardest woman on this earth, my mama. Why bother with some fucking heavy top of heel popper?
For ruining my life. Hey! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! What you gonna do? You couldn't let a roll yourself, they just wanna do. Hey! Hey! Whoa! 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 Where we at? You're in the big, in the middle, with the gonna do. Hey!
hotter than a motherfucker. Damn. I knocked the dust off that pussy. Hey.
You just knocked me off my feet.
Hi, Miss Parker.
Hi, boy.
We gonna let me fuck, Miss Parker?
What'd you say, honey?
Yeah. Hey, Miss Parker. How you doing, Miss Parker? Yeah. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Look, she had the face of a porcelain doll. Everywhere she went, she got everybody in all. Body of a goddess with a real mean walk. Strut so mean, it'll leave you with your jaw stuck. Then jab a jaw just to break you off. Yeah, tongue game real proper how she talk. Conversation like a jubilee, all I saw was sparks. Now she got me reminiscing on my old girl. Sorry, Miss Jackson, but I never meant to hurt you. Now I'm over here flirting with Miss Parker. As her giggle resonates in my ill state of mind, like she dancing in the blue flame, burning deep in her eyes, passion and pain. So I light her fire like the Mary to my Jane. As she journeys to my astral plane, she redefines her own lane with a switch so man.
Hey, Miss Parker. How you doing, Miss Parker? 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 You a grown woman, no time for BS, so let's get to the point. Ask me anything that you want, I'm an open book. When you open down, a hell of a pace, turn on, look me in my face. You will see what you're searching for, transparent, but still deep though. I listen when you speak, comprehend and reply. Touch that, get you high, lost in your eyes, hypnotized by a smile. One topic down, home to another. I got you giggling, blushing, heart pounding, stomach fluttering. We've been here for hours, but it seems time is at a standstill. You know where I stand, not only have I came, I've showed and proved exactly what I've been telling you, that I'm not like them other dudes. Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker?
She got me looking, is there any more room for me? Cause I wanna get lost in those jeans. Put her on the table like we splice jeans. Deep in her gut, all in between. Until you bust, I'm gon' fiend like I'm fresh out the clean. Both us, so fresh, so clean. Now all eyes on us like Bonnie and Clyde. She my true ride or die, living life in a vanilla sky. No kidman, but we cruise like we got nothing to lose. All this is a say to you, Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Should I go harder? Like, hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Hey, Miss Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Should I go harder?
Long hair. You seen Dr. Fish?
I think he's in Casa del Smoke.
Long hair. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so. I already have dozens of half-ounce blunts, a couple ounces of wax, and Miss Bongathon packed in my suitcase.
So, Dr. Kush, what are we going to do today?
You know D-Jams? Long hair? What we do every day. Hijack the world. HollywoodRadio.com
has been hijacked
by One Blunt Radio, the highest show on the planet, every Monday through Friday from 2 to 4. So stay tuned and stay high. SOS. Smoke one, son. Colorado 2014. Ballot Initiative 3. Prohibit penalties for possession of cannabis. Shall that be an amendment to the Colorado State Constitution directing the judiciary branch of all governing bodies in the state of Colorado to prohibit their courts from imposing any fine or sentence for the possession of cannabis? Yes. Team One Blunt Radio supports and backs Ballot Initiative 3. Stop penalties for the possession of cannabis. Make it right. Put the nail in the coffin. Every dollar goes towards 100,000 signatures, and we need 100,000 signatures to get this on the ballot. Call 303-886-7998. That's 303-886-7998. Or you can go to reliefforpossessions.web.com. That's reliefforpossession.web.com. Put the nail in the coffin and make it right. Initiative 3, 2014. Colorado support. Route 66 Restaurant in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. 575-472-9925. American and New Mexican food with classic dishes. Stop in on Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. That's $1 tacos. Are you serious? $1 tacos. And then on Thursday, it's Burger Thursday. $5 burgers and fries. That's right, $5 burgers and fries. A classic feel to a classic restaurant. Plenty of classic cars to look at and take you back to the good old days. Great prices for the quality of food. May just be the best tacos in all New Mexico. And you can find them at 2295 Historic US 66 Santa Rosa, New Mexico 88435. That's right, Route 66 Restaurant. The best tacos in all New Mexico. What's up, y'all? We back. It's the Midday Burn. Fired up. Fired up. That's Fired right. Up. Hey, so once again, y'all got a great bit of information about the money stream, money in general, and money in politics. Crash course.
That's right. I think you can understand why I don't like to put mine in banks. Keep it in my hands until they decide to give it all back to us like we should have anyway.
I agree. A little bit of a booby fund, something to save money for. You'll never have to use it. You can just keep saving.
Paper money is such a funny thing when you really start to think about it, too.
Wow.
I was about to say something. I was going to see how long that took. Nobody knows what's going on except for me this time. I know what's going on.
That's a good visual. I had a great visual. I kind of left the room for a minute and came back. It was a wonderful ride.
What, out of body experience?
Out of head. Body was here. Now I want some candy after that beautiful experience. It had chocolate and ice cream. Gotta get some of it.
Ooh.
So, what y'all looking for this weekend to be like?
What am I looking for this weekend to be like? I'm looking for this weekend to be like crazy, man.
I think it's going to be a great event, you know what I mean? People going to come on out and support, and we're going to have fun getting them aware of it, too, getting them awareness.
I think there's going to be a lot of good-looking people out hanging out with a bunch of other good-looking people, listening to smart, good-looking people talk about how smart the rest of these good-looking people are, who support, at very least support financially, a community that might have a little bit of a hard time not throwing punches at its brothers and sisters on the inside, but nonetheless has really footed the bill for so many things in our current economy especially here in the state of Colorado.
Say that.
And them all being the positive ones. And they are not given any breaks, and we are not cut any breaks, and we put ourselves under our microscope to a degree, but we need to maybe stop and start beating our chests a little bit and say, now, wait a minute, look what we've done. We're not Detroit.
Yeah, we're not Detroit.
We're
And
not
wait a minute.
Florida.
And you can't do Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Can't say that either. Do something regularly.
That's right. The cannabis industry gets no income tax, no business tax deductions.
Barely getting banks.
Barely, they have to struggle with the banks. You can't get a loan to get into this industry. So,
Eddie want to know where you got the money.
And the only reason that anybody in this industry had money is because you made this problem a question of legality. And these people turned around, and instead of being squashed and being just ruthless, heartless, money-thieving cartels like they try and make it out to be, these people have gone in and they have put in a lot of money into figuring out nutrition and organic gardening.
Machinery?
There are so many things that we would not be to where we are without the underground scientist and his research dollars that you supported through an illegal market that is only really artificially illegal, because how can you possibly make something that grows out of the dirt by itself illegal?
Well,
how can you get tax money? They tax us, and it's illegal.
Right.
But you still get your money. It's not illegal for you to get
Well,
money.
yeah, there's good videos that have been out for years and years that High Times, I think, were the ones that did about the even before there was the legal medical marijuana industry in California, that there's a couple people that basically control the California black market at the time, and they're talking about the fact that they actually did pay their income taxes on it. Sure, they were laundering money, and the government knew they were laundering money. But the fact was that they weren't the people running around shooting guns and smacking the government in the face and making it out to be how terrible they were, that the government took their tax money instead. I mean, these people, yeah, are back on the level, they were, at least when it had to operate that way, back on the level of anything you've seen in the movies like American Gangster or anything like that with cannabis. Millions of dollars in taxes every year. And the government was letting them launder it because they weren't a black eye to the government. Nobody knew that that's what these guys did except for these guys.
Wonderful guys.
And the government.
No, they're not wonderful.
But the government's not wonderful. The government knew them.
They got
Only
paid.
them and the government. Right. So in other words, as long as the government can shake you down, you're all right. You got all the freedoms you want as long as we can shake you down.
Every now and then we want a tip, so we shake you down.
That's right. For using our strain.
You got the patent.
Because we got the patent to that stuff you growing there. So that's our stuff. You got to pay us for growing our stuff.
Didn't think about it that way.
But it's a great way to put it, right? Because it's
Damn.
true. Yeah.
It's a damn good way to put it. Because it's their money. Man, it's almost like Tiger Woods.
Oh, I don't know where this is going.
You know, when Tiger Woods started fucking all the chicks and hooters and all that, and he got addicted to blondes, but he had $1 billion and had $1 million contracts. So because they knew he wanted butt, and it was the blonde butt, it was cool. It's long ass, nobody knew. We're gonna sweep it under the rug. But as soon as someone knew, now everyone in there was appalled. They had to flip it and make it look like he was the bad guy. But no, they wasn't gonna flip it because in actuality, they never was gonna take their money back. Because look at them now. It was all an act. Shit that we see in Congress. wonderful act. Act of money and injustice. All you need is a little cheese.
Oh, those clowns.
When you can join the Billionaire Boys Club, shit changed. And Oprah's up in the Billionaire Boys Club. They don't
Isn't
like
it funny? They pretty much get to print all the paper they want, and if somebody else were to do it, they get all pissed off.
Yeah.
I don't think they invited her to that place. What's that secret place where they had their meetings every year?
No, she ain't gonna go.
They ain't invited her to.
She ain't gonna go.
I wouldn't go.
Oprah believe in the God. She's not gonna go and praise no dude in the dress with horns. I seen the video.
Oh yeah. Don't be mistaken.
Look like a reptile.
There is what's the best way to put it? If you don't buy into that there's 15 people that run the world, 14 people that run the world, you still have to look into what these people do, and they are Satanists. Mm-hmm. That's not just me trying to throw a word out there and make them look bad. They are Satanists. There are reasons that things happen
They show
on 419 and 420 aside from the wonderful celebrations that we have. There is a reason that Hitler was chosen to be put into his power, and it was his birthday. It was his birthday. There's a reason that the worst oil spills in the history have come on, ironically, satanic holidays. Exxon, the Gulf of Mexico.
Valdez.
Yeah, the Exxon Valdez and the BP problem in the Gulf
of Mexico
were on satanic holidays.
Were they still cleaning up that now?
Yep.
Thanks, the Valdez.
There's a lot of other things.
I'm talking about down south with the rig.
Oh
yeah, where they were once again told that this is going to happen. No, do it anyway. Okay.
Oh, it works.
Why were they told to do it anyway? Because that's what they wanted to happen.
It costs less money.
Well, they should all be slapped up. Bitchified.
No.
Why not?
I was responding no to Blue Jays. They did those on purpose in those locations too to change the patterns of the world climate.
And can I ask this
Global warming has to a degree been manufactured by the slowing of the cold current coming down from Alaska and now the warm current coming up from South America. And
well, you see that place in California,
global
right?
warming and pollution.
I can't think of the valley, but if you know what you're talking about with the peoples, you know they got that valley that if you go down there in part of California, and if you're over there, if you try to drive down in the area, these special police will pull you over. They harass you, take you to jail. If you get too close to the gates, they want to know why you're over by these gates. And it's like acres of private land where they hold these rituals.
Huh.
And they had, you said the guy's name not too long ago, one of the whistleblower guys.
Jones.
Jones. We was watching his video, and he snuck in with the camera.
Yeah.
And they showed George Bush there. They showed
probably John Kerry.
They showed Dick Cheney.
Isn't that funny? John Kerry is a good friend of theirs.
Walter Cronkite.
He went.
Well, he's Catholic.
These guys, when they go to Harvard and join the Skull and Bones group, they are pulled into a room and they go through all these satanic rituals, culminating with the odd ritual of being forced to sit down and recount every sexual experience you've had in your life, including the ones by yourself and the first time you ever did it by yourself, all the way through every girl and what weird thing you've done and all this, that, and the other. And that's just part of your day's initiation ritual and final acceptance ceremony.
That sounds like that plot that they did on Family Guy that time. You know what I mean?
Oh,
somebody better get me in there, guy. Yeah.
He gonna bend down my foot. I'm telling you.
And like sometimes I've said on so many levels, Ben Franklin was a wonderful guy, but he was kicked out of the United Kingdom. Why? They found dead children underneath his house. He wasn't just a weirdo that stood up on top of his house and took air baths. He was part of this whole, we have John Tesla, who at the same time had come up with a way to create free electricity, and there's people still working on this, and there are actually people with working models. Unfortunately, there's nothing like we'd have today if we had been working on it for 100 years and you could power your phone with it.
Right.
They're still ginormous contraptions, but we can use the electromagnetic poles of the earth to pull electricity out of the air and power things. Why was this knowledge around back at the time of Ben Franklin, and we went with the system of having to create electricity with the methods that we do and store it? Because you can charge money for it. You can make money, yeah. Repeatedly.
Ate a kid or two.
How do you put the price tag of a TV at $20,000? Well, because that's what the lifetime of electricity you would have used now.
Dead kids. I'm still stuck at the dead kids under his crib. What was he cooking them?
Oh no, they were sacrifices. Just sacrifices.
So now,
did they find any in America?
They wanted him for the longest time. They wanted to extradite him back, and then once we won the war, they're like, yeah, whatever. You keep that freak. He can't come back. Like he was. He was working with what's the psychiatrist that's famous at the time? He was working with him a lot. What's that? Yeah,
a lot of people knew about that.
Yeah,
they had to. You know why? Because Benjamin Franklin was during the Revolutionary War. He was one of the only people who were allowed to leave to go to other countries to try to get aid and help. He was the only one. They never tried to catch him in seas or anything like that.
That's a good point, though. Yeah,
right.
The British funded the American side of the Revolution through Benjamin Franklin.
Right. He was the only one allowed to go abroad to go to different countries.
Because he used different tactics of negotiation.
Right, he helped celebrate in the satanic rituals on the holidays with them, and they could give him money for that. Right. Oh, you're going to keep America satanic, all right.
Right. On that note, I don't listen to music. Too much information for me. Too much pressure for me. I'm going to be right back. Right after.
Real rap. Bitch. Huh. Cool Quay in the building. Huh. What? Y'all know what it is, man. A-Code. Yeah. What's up? Let's go.
You catching Z's on me, but I done lost a lot of sleep to fantasies, homie. Yeah, I be the sickest, only the real niggas know me. Opposite of counterfeit, lyrics so authentic. Better watch your lips trick. Reppin' my city, put it down every day. Big ups Colorado, cause I'm in the box state. Who it be? It's Cool Quay, A-U-R-O-A. Mama ain't raised me to be broke, daddy ain't raised me to be fake. I'm sticking to get it, I'm trying to get paid. I'm making moves, no triple play. Running this game like Nintendo. Blowing on that loud pack, call it that crescendo. You niggas ain't real rappers, y'all just pretendo. Like when they put the Reggie in the bag with the endo. SMH, y'all been broke. Earthquake flows, got you bitches shook. Keep trying to read me, little daddy, but I ain't your average book. I got a flood head when I brainstorm, call me Katrina. Bad bitches that roll with me got booties like Adina. Cause I still bump that swerve shit every day, I'm hustling. Need that good theme music, motivate my struggling. Either with a backpack or a fast sack, I'ma keep murking the game, baby. Send me automatic, cause I still bump that swerve shit every day, I'm hustling. Need that good theme music, motivate my struggling. Either with a backpack or a fast sack, I'ma keep murking the game, baby. Send me automatic. Your ignorance will have you leaking. Niggas be quiet when you hear a queen speaking. Make you my concubine, getting freaking on the weekend. Watch your baby daddy, cause like TLC, I be creeping. Caught him over there winking. I'm allergic to the fake, stay away from the hate. Call it what you want, bitch, I'm ready for debate. Mad at me cause I'm taking your place. Disrespect me and I'm breaking your face. Run up and get done, bitch, you already know. Cool Quay ain't scared of no hoe. Keep fucking with me and you gon' end up with your casket closed. Got they jaws dropping like they grandmama's titties. Just come with flipping faces, my nigga. Hundreds and fifties, blowing on the best pippin'. All of my niggas with me, smoking until we crunk. Call it that Bobby Whitney. Whatever they holla at you, don't be mad, bounce back. Roll your eyes, flip your hair, girl, and pop your bra strap. I ain't got a front, bitch. I been knew I was the shit. Ooh, when you smell that, no, must be your upper lip. Cause I still bump that swerve shit. Every day I'm hustling. Need that good theme. Music motivate my struggling. Either with a backpack or a fast sack. I'ma keep murking the game, baby. Send me automatic.
Cause I still bump that swerve shit. Every day I'm hustling. Need that good theme. Music motivate my struggling. Either with a backpack or a fast sack. I'ma keep murking the game, baby. Send me automatic.
There is breaking news. Tiger Hood's to apologize. Today at 11. Stay tuned. Ooh. I would like to thank you guys for showing up today.
Yeah, we got some questions
I'm
to
Tiger
ask
Hood.
you, too.
And I want to support and thank my supporters, my
have
golf
some
homies, my whole chasing partners.
This guy is shouting out
The
his
sponsors,
golf
please don't take
homies.
my motherfucking money, man.
Got this
Damn.
little apology. Hey, Tiger, I
Who
want to
don't
ask you a
fuck with
question.
my money? I just want to say,
Yeah, they're gonna
I'm
fuck
here to
with your
apologize
money.
and don't fuck with my
They're
money.
gonna fuck with your money.
I'm coming back to golf.
Shouldn't have been fucking
I don't
with
know
them
when.
white girls.
Because it seems like every time I hit a city golfing,
Hey, we just want to ask you
I
some
end up
questions.
fucking.
Well, that's not our problem.
I'm
You end up
addicted to
fucking.
some shit.
But we want to ask you some questions.
It starts with the butt. So right now, I just want
What
to let you
about
guys
Sheila
know
and Nancy?
I've disappeared away to
nah.
butt therapy.
Nah.
I am
We talking
addicted
about
to the
something
butt.
else. We want to ask you some questions.
And to the new paparazzis, you know, Paul the photog, the one I slapped the shit out of. I mean,
Are you gonna slap the shit out the paparazzi now?
Nigga,
I thought this was
don't
an
be
apology,
following my
Tiger.
broad and my kids.
Can
I
we
let
ask
y'all
you a
take
question?
pictures.
We
Don't
like
follow
the
them no
pictures,
more. I'ma
Tiger,
fuck you up. I
but we
mean,
want to ask you some
My
questions.
fault. Just don't do that no more. I'm here to apologize.
Are you gonna apologize now?
I'm really
Well,
sincere with this.
We've been waiting.
I'm patting my heart right now
Hey,
for you. I'm patting my
what
heart.
happened to that ride you had on the golf
motherfucker,
course?
Paul,
The
you got me
blind
off
ride
balance.
on the golf course.
Let's get back to this. In butt
let's
therapy,
get
I'm
back
learning
to that.
things. It's
You don't
making me
wanna
go back
answer
to my
that, Tiger.
Buddhism. My Buddhism, you know, Buddhism.
Buddhism
Yeah.
and
it
all
taught
that.
me
You
that
smoking weed, Tiger? You smoking weed now? Is that what the problem is, Tiger?
You know, like my mommy and my daddy taught me.
Nah, I don't want to
This
know
is an
what
apology.
your mama and your daddy
This is an
taught
apology.
you. I want to know about
Don't
Linda.
mess with my money sponsors.
No.
It is an apology.
What's the
Y'all
one's
told me
name?
to do this. I mean, I'm sorry.
You don't want to answer no questions.
Yeah.
You just.
know, I
you
watched
just don't
Kobe
wanna
go through
answer
this.
No question.
I
know
should have
you
knew
seen
better,
Kobe.
but he got a
I
skanky
know
white
you
hoe in
seen
the mountains
Kobe,
in
and
Colorado.
You didn't beat
I did
Kobe.
at least get some high class
got
booty
about
hookers.
18
You know what I mean?
holes.
Oops.
I
No
don't know
questions.
what's going on with
This
you,
is only
Tiger.
an apology. Don't
No
ask me
question.
motherfucking
Why
questions.
can't we ask you no
What?
questions, Tigers?
Hey,
What?
you sit down over there. Kick him out or something.
Nah, y'all ain't throwing me out. I want to know
Yeah.
about Sheila,
And what I'm
Tiger.
saying is, I'm not gonna hang out
Tell me about Sheila.
with my cheating homies on the road. I mean, homie,
Oh,
I'm
you ain't gonna say-
bullshitting.
all right,
I'm
whatever,
bullshitting. I mean, I ain't gonna hang out with my cheating homies.
We don't even want to talk to you.
Sheila?
I don't care about you.
I love you,
cheating on
baby.
me. Hi, Sheila.
Tamika.
And you need to
I love how you
not
do that
call
one
me.
thing with your
Tell
tongue.
me to take your name off the answering machine, stupid.
That ain't good. Can't forget ya. Oh, yeah. Lisa. You the one that do the toe curl thing, ain't you?
Yeah, that's what your problem is. You need to
Yes,
be working
yes,
on
I'm
your
just saying.
swing and you're doing
You know.
toe curls.
I'm
All
here
right,
to
Tiger.
apologize. This is Tiger Hood.
And
Tiger
I already had the
motherfucking
comedian
Hood.
meeting
Yes, I'm
on
a
you. I
cheater.
don't know if they're going to take
And I
your
hope
black
one day
ass
you
back.
will believe in me again. Keep the blinds off the course. Shit. It's hard on a nigga in rehab.
Once upon a time, at the foot of a great mountain, there was a town where the people known as happy folk lived. Their very existence a mystery to the rest of the world, obscured as it was by great clouds. Here they played out their peaceful lives, innocent of the litany of excess and violence that was growing in the world below. to live in harmony with the spirit of the mountain called Monkey was enough. Then one day, strange folk arrived in the town. They came in camouflage, hidden behind dark glasses, but no one noticed them. They only saw shadows. You see, without the truth of the eyes, the happy folk were blind.
Falling out of aeroplanes and hiding out in holes, waiting for the sunset to come, people going home. Jump out from behind them and shoot them in the head. Now everybody dancing the dance of the dead, the dance of the dead, the dance of the dead.
In time, the strange folk found their way into the higher reaches of the mountain, and it was there that they found the caves of unimaginable sincerity and beauty. By chance, they stumbled upon the place where all good souls come to rest. The strange folk, they coveted the jewels in these caves above all things, and soon they began to mine the mountain, its rich scene, fueling the chaos of their own world. Meanwhile, down in the town, the happy folks slept restlessly, their dreams invaded by shadowy figures digging away at their souls. Every day, people would wake and stare at the mountain. Why was it bringing darkness into their lives? And as the strange folk mined deeper and deeper into the mountain, holes began to appear, bringing with them a cold and bitter wind that chilled the very soul of the monkey. For the first time, the happy folk felt fearful, for they knew that soon the monkey would stir from its deep sleep. Then there came a sound, distant first, that grew into cacophony so immense that it could be heard far away in space. There were no screams. There was no time. The mountain called Monkey had spoken. There was only fire. And then, nothing.
Oh, little town in USA, the time has come to see. It's nothing you believe you want. But where were you when it all came down on me? Did you call me now?
don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can never lie, running for my life. I will always want you. I came in like a wrecking ball, but never hit so hard. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did I never meant to start a war. I just wanted you to let me in. And instead of using force, I guess I should have let you in. I never meant to start a war. I just wanted you to let me in. I guess I should have let you in, let you in, let you in, let you
I just graduated from Cannabis University. I just graduated from Cannabis University.
Ooh, a university man.
I learned all about the law.
Oh, you bad boy.
And I learned how to grow my own medicine all in one day.
All day.
I learned other things too.
Cannabis University, teach me.
Call 303-886-7998 or go to CannabisUniversityInc.com.
Medicine Man, Denver, 4750 Nome Street, Unit B, Denver, Colorado. www.medicinemandenver.com. medicinemandenver.com. Do you have your golden ticket? I got mine. That's right, deals every day from Monday through Sunday. Sponsor of the 1BR team. Let's go. Now we back. It's the midday burn, boy. About to wrap it up like a Christmas tree. Yeah.
I must apologize. I was wrong. It's a different college that I don't care about that Bushy and Carrie went to together, sort of. Went to together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another college I wouldn't recommend anybody goes to, though. I have a hard time recommending college in general, though, just from the debt standpoint. Unfortunately, you can get as good or better of an education self-motivated, but nobody recognizes it. So you have to have a college education. You have to go into life with debt.
Yes. So enjoy it.
So enjoy it.
Sure debt. And on that note,
or you can start your own business, but Chase Bank's making that hard.
Oh, Chase is making it hard to start your own business?
Yeah. Well, and supposedly all the other banks are going to follow through. They're doing some things that are making it really hard to be anything other than a big corporation.
Wow.
Making cash pretty much illegal.
Well, Chase is
or at least
that big lawsuit, so they might be apt to do a little bit different this time. Because they lost a lawsuit because they was giving people overdraft fees, you know. Instead of paying the thing, they would just add the overdraft fees on and send it back, and they kept adding up charges. So they got sued, class action, so they had to give back a lot of that money.
Yeah, and what I don't understand is that doesn't cost them any more electricity for their bank to approve it or deny it.
Right.
So why do they charge you any more for it when the reality is that they took your money and put it into the insurance companies that they actually own, and then they took it from the insurance companies and they put it into the stock market and bought all the other companies that they own. Man, I'm jaded.
Yeah. So when you went to go use your money, you couldn't because they was using it already.
Right.
They had already made a purchase.
So that's why they hit you like that.
Sounds like a movie that's appropriate for the coming seasons. It's a Wonderful Life, remember? They were having runs on the bank because they were worried about them not having enough money.
Yeah.
The 1980s SNL debacles.
Yep.
And we're still doing it.
Not a damn thing's changed.
We've raised the debt ceiling 44 times, going on 45.
Not going, it's 45 now.
Sorry, going on 46.
Right. So on that note,
Can't
guys,
keep up
is there
with it.
anything y'all want to say before tomorrow? So we can slide about it here.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mother. B-Jammer.
You can go ahead out.
You can go ahead out. On that note, make sure y'all come tomorrow at noon at the City and County Building, Colfax and Lincoln West Steps. We will be out there, live remote, Save Our Streets rally, One Blunt Radio's first ever rally. You can hear live speakers like Michelle LeMay, Miguel Lopez, Miss Green Jeans, Craig Baresh, Art Ballinger, and of course, Dr. Kush and the whole One Blunt Radio team. We'll be live and live remoting all day Saturday from the Capitol. Yeah, boy. On that note, roll a blunt, roll a joint. Dab a time or two. Do we have any dabbing material left?
Barely.
Let's barely dab our way out then. We're going to barely dab our way out. And on that note, do something for someone other than your goddamn self. Booyaka tutu. Smoke one, son.
I'ma show these niggas they ain't got a fighting chance. I done told them I'm a titan, plus I keep a mic in hand. So explosive when I'm writing, I'm bringing the fireman. Higher than me, no person could ever be. And that's even without having to roll up a Swisher Sweet. Hey, money is the motive, you got none, don't even speak, man. I ain't got time for niggas that won't get on they feet. Damn, niggas is reaching so short, not even have my wingspan. I'm just trying to get the trophy for me and my team, man. He-man status, y'all niggas can't even see him. He's been hackers for multiple sets of seasons. For untold reasons he hasn't jumped off the deep end. It must be Jesus behind me helping defeat them. That's what they say, but I'm thinking that it's the beast way. And a nigga that's really looking to sink his teeth in. Weak-minded rappers, I'd rather brainstorm with infants. Ambition, most niggas don't got it, so I am winning. They bitching and moaning all over my fucking city. So silly, I pity these niggas that just don't get it. I'm spitting these lyrics till the figures hit the ceiling. Ambition, most niggas don't got it, so I am winning. They bitching and moaning all over my fucking city. So silly, I pity these niggas that just don't get it. I'm spitting these lyrics till the figures hit the ceiling. I don't know what it is to be content. Maybe it's cause a couple of my goals haven't been met. One of them is to be rich and the other's to be the best. So I'm constantly a business, every beat is like a test. If I kill it, then I pass it. I ain't felt one of them yet. Nope, on the road shooting, ain't shooting for nothing less. It's impossible for me to give up. This is my dream, it's my vision to be at the very top with all the kings. That's the reason why every day's the same routine. Wake up early in the morning, grab my jar and roll some weed. Walk on over to my desk, sit down and pick a beat. By that time I'm mentally ready, lyrical genius. A hell of a far cry from all the BS you hear. It's why we damned if I die before reviving the spirit to the art of my time. When hip hop was at its realest, ambition died down. So with it went the best feeling. Inspiration no longer felt for nobody's lyrics, but write a song about it dancing. You're sure to make millions, but fuck that. I bust raps like we're still in the 90s, and trust that I love the fact niggas are still behind me, telling me they love the way I be keeping it grimy. No skinny zone, just crease, dickies, and a white tee. I might be the last of a dying breed, like Mike B. Shaking these haters to the left, cause they're not like me. Happy ambition. Most niggas don't got it, so I am winning. They bitching and moaning all over my fucking city. So silly, I pity these niggas that just don't get it. I'm spitting these lyrics till the figures hit the ceiling. Ambition, most niggas don't got it, so I am winning. They bitching and moaning all over my fucking city. So silly, I pity these niggas that just don't get it. I'm spitting these lyrics till the figures hit the ceiling. Yup, it's a fact. I get up and go and get that. My heart still running with my niggas in the streets, man. But my mind so focused on these instrumental beats and jotting down the story of my life is what I've seen. As far as up to this point, that shit is out the norm. Real living in my spirit. I ain't about them fiction stories, cause I get it how I live it. This is real written, boy. Yeah, ambition's what they call it, but grinding is how we show it. Like early in the morning, we out here in Cedar Snow. My intention's to stay busy till I make a mill or more. I don't care if it comes from the streets or from the store. Like if I ain't selling CDs, I'm out there selling raw. Right next to Popeye's chicken in front of the liquor store. Gotta get it, my nigga, that's all I know. That's ambition at its finest, them niggas keep taking notes. Try to tell them quit taking this life like it's a joke. Now they about to watch me rise while they keep sinking low. I know they waiting on my demise, tell them wait some more. Cause I ain't going nowhere no time soon to let you know. I'ma keep on hitting them with a typhoon, type of storm, heavy speed. Ain't nobody really built like this. I'm an exception cause I lived it and I still exist. My obsession with success helped me build up the skills for this. So I'm something they should feel like they mama holding the shit.
Chronic on me like it's body lotion. Smell the cushion, it's aroma when the baggie open. I take a puff, blow a white cloud over me. I'm feeling good cause I'm taking all my broccoli. Hair's on me, bright red with apostrophes. Stroh is my medicine, blowing so properly. Roller switch is sweet, granddaddy purr possibly. Now I'm choking, you should come and hit the pot with me. What I'm smoking make what you smoke obsolete. I get high, probably smoke over a crop a week. Some people tell me that ain't even a pot of tea. But I'm in the dispensary spending money to cop some trees. High constantly smoking, I do it consciously. Plus I know that you can't outdo it atop the fleet. Catch me posted it, I'ma be smoking. And I just got something superior from Oakland.
Just sweet for me, so I can choke on this weed. Cause I'ma be smoking, I'ma be smoking. And when I puff past the cream your way, take one hit of this creepy. I'ma be smoking, I'ma be smoking.
Can I bust about cannabis, indicas, and sativas? Since Colorado's reppin' for all of the Indo Chivas. Come and see us at the 420 celebration. You never seen so many people passing elevation. These pharmaceuticals got way too many side effects. When I can smoke a blunt, relax, and give me a good night of rest, I suggest you throw away the Zydaplex and get you some granddaddy perp. No headache, no nausea, no doctor visit, that'll work. Add the dirt, add the water, lead it to the light, bro. And if you feel sophisticated, grow a little hydro. I smoke strands of marijuana that I can't pronounce. I don't know what it's called, but we done blown about a half an ounce. Pushing sweet wishes and sour diesel dreams, cause these are a few of my favorite things. How can we send a man to jail for marijuana when alcohol's available for sale on every corner?
Just sweet for me, so I can choke on this weed. Cause I'ma be smoking,